So again, 150 laps of racing on this 2-mile course, going to make up the St. Jude 300 as DeMay and Robert Sadler going to lead him to the green flag, and 150 laps of racing underway. Right off the bat, Shane Coogan going to try to do what he did last week at Homestead, get out here and lead the first lap. The Brano did not take the green flag down in the 28th position. Otherwise, Shane Coogan Dakota DeMay up to second already, with teammate Matt Houston. Sadler's falling back to fourth, and Isaac Morris your top five. This is what you're going to see mostly tonight. Pack racing, and that's going to be in both races this evening. You're going to see the green over on the left-hand side. When you see that, person gained a spot. When you see the red on the screen, that person lost a spot at that moment. Gary Godso already coming up to the third position, started in sixth. Biggest mover already, Thomas Geisler, up from 20th to the 14th position. 3 wide in the front straightaway here. You got to look out for that seam there. That will spin your car out easily. You got to be very careful here. Question is, who wants to lead this race? Because by leading, you're going to take away the least amount of fuel in the cars. When you're in the draft, you can save a little bit of fuel in this race, but these cars do make pretty good fuel mileage when it's all over with. So Coogan continuing to lead there. He's got Dakota DeMay in that orange number 82 car, and then side by side for third is Gary Gonzo on the outside with Matt Houston, that checker number 66, the race first car on the inside. Oh, one car out of shape back here and wrecking off turn 2. Caution is out. Lewis Woodall's one of the cars. The other one is Thomas Geisler. Oh, he looks like a piece of the wall. Geisler got a piece of the wall down into Woodall, and they both get collected up pretty hard. And that brings out the caution here for the first time this evening. So Woodall looks like going to be out of the race according to telemetry there. We'll go back racing here at lap number 9. Dakota with a pretty good start, and you got to be very careful here because the draft will play a role. If you get out there too far, these cars will bring you right back in. Oh, car spinning over here on turn number 2. Estrada's gone around one car hard in the wall. And that car is Tony Patty, it looks like, has gone into the wall. Tony's car destroyed over here, this white and blue. Number 91. Right there is Estrada going around and then clips the 91, and nobody else gets involved. Watch out for that tire. And that's going to bring out the second caution here of the evening. All right, pace car going to pull off with Dakota DeMay up front with Shane Coogan, Matt Houston, Gonzo Sudik, your top 5. Here we go. What do you mean by chat volume then? Everybody pretty much single files, so just work the draft here to get back up into the pack. The 91 of Tony Patty back on the track, 2 laps down right now. if you're watching your dad on like a stream of his or from iRacing. Gary Gonzo going to the front. The Donald Davidson of iRacing IndyCar. Leading this race over Shane Coogan. Dakota's there in third now. Houston and Sadiq, your top 5. 3 wide. Look at Alex Van de Sant with a move down there. That Happy Trails Chili Mix mobile. Took him 3 wide there for a quick second. Dakota DeMay up to the front. You see about a 10th separation. You're able to get this draft. You're able to drive right to the bottom and work this draft, and that's what makes this kind of racing fun here, though. But mostly everybody goes single file down the straightaway, getting that toe, and they get down to the corners, and they spread out 2, 3, 4 wide. And this is one of those races where if you can survive the incident out there and have a great pit strategy, you could put yourself in the race. Last week it was Cohen Evans at Homestead that did that and made him the 12th winner in VOR history. And if we get a new winner tonight, it'll be the 13th winner in this league's history. All this 2 and 3 wide action. Right on board with Van de Sant, the winner from last season here, season 3. And if you're in this race, you can win it. Oh, record right in front of Alex. Somebody hard in the wall. It is Julian Altena. Or Altena. Sorry, Julian. Altena's in the wall. And that car is destroyed for a second straight week. Julian Altena is in trouble. Also, Samo Lamprett's involved, and Cohen Evans, last week's winner, has damage. Julian, maybe some contact here with that yellow, and Forsyth's going to get a quick marker. There's Cohen getting the wall. That car gets damaged. A lot of cars actually involved in this wreck. Oh, Oscar Fredrickson's that 12 car right there. So Oscar's involved. I'm trying to see who that white and blue car is right there. I cannot tell who that car is. I'm still learning names and stuff like that out here. So, but that's what brings out the third caution of this race. Should get the green flag this time by, and we will here at lap number 28 as we'll go back racing with Dakota DeMay up front with Gary Godso, Isaac Morris, Sadiq Coogan, Sanders, Musselman, Forsyth, Fredrickson, Kristen Nelson, your top 10. And Julian back on pit road as, I don't know what's going on there. He pulls his car off the track. They must have had a reset in this race. As up here for second, Isaac Morris to the bottom. The champion from last season takes P2 away and now is going to make a run up here on Dakota. As the VOR team looking pretty solid this evening. Cohen Evans has just left pit road. At least that's what it's telling me. There's a 37 rolling out on pit road. He will be some 5 laps down now as they cross the line, and Isaac Morris goes to the front. I mentioned earlier, lap times around here at about 35 seconds. There's Cohen coming off pit road, so he'll rejoin his pack. Unfortunately, he will not be winning this race. And we got a big wreck, I believe. No, maybe not. Or are people blinking out or something here? Apparently we got people blinking out or something going on. But we lost Gary Godso, we've lost Fredrickson, we lost Vigera. Something is going on. Weird stuff kind of going on here. And caution will come out. I want to jump into, did we have people fall out? No, I don't see anybody falling out yet, so something is going on. But anyways, let's see what happens to Cohen. So Cohen spins, and that brings out the caution, just a self-spin on his part. Everything that I use for the broadcast was in the downloaded folder. Basically, I downloaded it and I just keep it there. Well, I decided before this broadcast, I'm like, you know what, I'll make an iRacing folder and put it on my desktop and just move everything to that so I can just use it to make all the edits and things. And doing that apparently did something to reset my whole entire ticker and stuff, so I had to go back to the generic one that they gave me and reset the program, and yeah, here we are. So thankfully I was able to get this on the air for you guys.
That's all that matters, right?
Right. I wanted to get this on, so we'll work with the basics and I'll go to work tomorrow. But anyways, Dakota DeMay gets him back to the green flag here. A couple of VOR cars there right behind him with Isaac Morris. You got Shane Coogan, who's looked pretty good on these ovals tonight. He's in the race-verse car himself, but Isaac going to go to the lead, and caution is right back out. And
that's Gary.
The 12.
Come to the inside.
Oscar Fredrickson's got both wheels destroyed now. Gary Godso's involved in the 3. And somebody goes spinning, and Gary, I think, hits the brakes and goes to the inside wall himself. Oscar spun with another car. I'm trying to see who that other car is over there. It was a yellow car. Was it Samo? It might have been Samo Lampret. Let's see. It was Samo, actually, to be exact. Isaac Morris going to bring him back to the green flag with DeMay, Coogan, Sudi, Kevin Sanders, and A.J. Musselman, who's a fast little oval driver in that green number 54 car, going to bring him back to the green. And Dakota gets a really good start on Isaac. Jumps to the bottom as he gets across the line. And he should take the lead here as they get up to speed. That there is the downfall of starting really late on a restart. We got one slow car down the back straightaway. It's Gary Gonzo who's off the pace.
Sudi going to P3 as well now into turn 3, by the way.
Yep, Sudi.
He's on the inside right here of Dakota, so he's going to have a little loop as well. Isaac got back into the lead, by the way, as well. So Isaac's going to lead lap 40 of this race, and Dakota's going to have a look again on the outside. And
you see Gavin Sanders coming into the picture here. Thought he was going to make a move for third. You see that pink car back there. That is Krista Nelson looking for the second straight podium finish after last week at Homestead. So Krista looking pretty good on the ovals. As Dakota goes back to the front here, this is what we're going to see, a whole bunch of racing. Unfortunately, I have no way of counting passes officially and stuff like that until iRacing tells us later, but I'm guessing we're already over 10 lead changes tonight.
We're well over that already, I can tell you that much. As the top 2 is still running side by side here across the start-finish straight. Everybody else is kind of moving to the high line, and that's really the dominant line you want to be here. It's the longest distance you can drive, so you can keep the throttle on it. And really get a lot of momentum onto the backstretch, as Isaac is on the outside now, Dakota on the inside, and there's a left car on the inside as well.
So we've got 12 cars right now in this lead pack. And if you're sitting back here, Julian, back here with where Alex Van de Sand, Matt Houston, Austin Saar is not really in this pack. He's on his own back there. You're back in this pack. What are you thinking, and what are you trying to do at this moment? Is it trying to work your way to the front? Is it more just being patient, trying to save your car a little bit so that you can be at the end?
Yeah, trying to find a spot to be in, just a comfortable spot where nobody's really around you that as much as you're seeing at the front, for example, with a lot of drivers being within half a second of each other. Just being in a comfortable space, trying to get to at least, I believe, a fair point of reach in the race and then go for it. Really, at this point, you just want to keep your car clean and not lose the lead lap. more importantly the draft as well. So that's really what these guys are going to try to keep doing to stay on the lead lap and within the draft.
As Krista goes to the front, so another lead change, up 18 spots from the 19th position. The first is Krista Nelson, and now Morris going to go back to the high side here. Working that draft and trying to get that run. Now the bottom lane below that seam is actually a lower bank than the actual 18 degrees in the corners. Not sure why Michigan did that. I don't know the answer, but I do know it's a lower banking. So that's why you're seeing these cars sit up about one groove. I say that as Isaac goes all the way to the bottom to try to keep their car with the momentum on the banking. As caution is out, we got trouble on the track.
Roberts in that?
It is Roberts, looks like Roberts in it. As you mentioned, the 6 of Robert Sadler's got a ripped off nose. And looks like he might be the only car involved in this.
Might have just lost the back end out of turn 2. There is a seam there and a bump as well that can really upset the car.
We'll go back
Almost
and
hit somebody
roll that beautiful beam footage and see what happens. It goes down to the middle groove. Oh no, somebody gets the wall and takes him out there. Is that red and black car again? Who I don't know who it is. Anyways, Alex Van de Sant leads him to the green. Matt Hewson, Isaac Morris, the lap car of, I think it was Oscar Fredrickson down there. He is a few laps down right now. As a matter of fact, some 9 laps down in this race. Is last season's winner, Alex Van de Sant, going to lead him to the green. Matter of fact, 3 wide back here off turn 2. Fredrickson was trying to get out of the way of the race first car there of Sudik, who is underneath the 27 of Craig Forsyth for position. I'm sorry, that wasn't Sudik, that's Shane Coogan. My apologies to both. So we've got a little bit of a 4-car draft here, now becoming 7 cars here at the turn number 3. Again, one of 3 Triple Crown races that we will hold. This is Michigan, of course, Indianapolis later on in the season. That'll be a 300-miler. And then the Pocono Raceway, correct me, that's a 300-miler also. So while you're in the car there, out there running, Julian, let me put this strategy in your ear. So if you're going to run for a 2-stopper here to get to the finish, knowing you're not going to get to lap 150 on the tank, do you split that second stint in half? And just go, you go 45 and then go, say, 22 or 23 laps in that second stint and split it? Or do you go as far as you can and then just do a short split?
Yeah, go as far as you can. Hopefully catch a yellow and then pit on that for a little splash of fuel. Because then you're going to lose way less than when you pit, for example, when you split the strategy in half and you're going to have to pit. Because when you pit around this track, you're just about going to lose a full lap here. We saw at Homestead last week, it was about 1.5 to 2 laps you would lose. Here it's about 1 lap you're going to lose.
Oh, caution is out. Throw everything I just said out the window. Like I said, I just wasted 2.5 minutes of talking about strategy. As I believe the caution is for Jonathan Duncan, maybe? It was not for Jonathan. He is actually still on pit road. Somebody got a lot of smoke over here at turn 2. That is, it's Schooner is who that is. Green flag's going to come out. Alesio getting the... Well, he's going to check everybody up.
That's really
That
dangerous.
guy really got bad. I think everybody's going to be okay, though, but that was really bad.
Yeah, that was not good at all.
Van de Sant's going to get the lead. Everybody avoids calamity there, but that's going to create 3 wide here down the back straightaway. Matt Houston on the bottom, Gavin Sanders middle, Isaac Morris top. Wonder if Christian wondered if he was going to jump to start maybe, which in that case he maybe should have moved to the bottom. But that's one of those instinct type of moves, and thankfully it just, nobody got involved and everything worked out okay for the most part. I don't have chat on, so I'm pretty sure everybody was like, hey, what was that about?
Knowing these guys, they're not going to be too happy about this one. And I hate to say, but this will probably be reviewed after the race. As, these guys are still going at it side by side for the race lead right now.
And here comes Alasia to pit road.
Yep, and he might have gotten a black flag for passing the pace car before the green lights came on.
Which could be why he stopped, pretty much. So Alasia on pit road. We'll see if he maybe got penalized or something. But we're just past the halfway mark here. Is 80 laps, 160 miles down to the 300 in the St. Jude 300 here at the Michigan Speedway. Caution for the 69, it looks like, is spun. Michael Schoonert, again, having issues. Viewers, we have a situation here, and I think it's something we have all seen before, and this happened recently in another series. I believe we have a bathroom break by the 14 right now. So Houston leads this thing with Isaac Morris as they'll come back to the green flag. Alex Van Desant, Shane Coogan, and Gavin Sanders, your top five. Krista Nelson with an empty bladder in the 8th position.
It's all about the weight reduction, right?
Oh, that's a fair point. That could be a 1/10 of a pound right there in an IndyCar, and all IndyCars have to weigh a certain amount, correct? Just saying.
So it might be to keep her running flat out all the way around like she did last week at Homestead, running the bottom line as long as she did.
Yeah, I was impressed by that. Anyways, pace car is going to pull off. And Houston going to bring them back to the green flag. 19 viewers. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Christian Alasia, third car in line, not on the lead lap. As we had a lot smoother restart this time. We got 13 cars on the lead lap.
Cool into the bottom line there. And he's got to push up a little bit and has to lift off. And Alex also backs out of it wisely.
As Isaac going to go for the lead here on the bottom. Again, that is one thing I've actually SDK gaming about, who's the app I use also. I've actually reached out to him about, hey, see if you could get laps led on the telemetry box so that we could see it. I think that would be a really cool deal to have. Now, Dakota might be in a little bit of fuel save. Where he's sitting right now on the track, being the last car in this line, well, no, he'd be running 6th gear probably. He's in 5th right now.
Yeah, you really want to try to save fuel, but I was just going to say, you can really see from Dakota's cockpit right here how intense this pack race at Michigan really is. You can see the cars just all over the place on the high banks at Michigan here.
Right.
As these drivers are going to be trying to keep the high line, like I mentioned earlier, that is the line where to be. There is the most momentum there, as well as the most tire saving as well, because you are scrubbing less speed of the car, of the racetrack as well. So that's where you want to be, but these drivers probably getting a little bit impatient now with 65 laps to go. Probably going to be trying to get a move on. But like I said, the Highland is the line where to be. You can run the middle, but it won't be as competitive.
Oh, Dakota, don't go on that seam. That's the transition and banking right there. Don't do that. I did see somebody has a barbecue on pit road going right now. I'd like to know what's on the grill.
Who doesn't like some good steak? I would like some.
You made a good steak last week. Yeah, there's the grill over on the inside of the pit road there. You can see the smoke going on.
Must be a McLaren Honda from 2015 then in F1.
Hey, almost 3 wide up here for the lead is Houston. And Morris continue to fight with each other.
Yep, and I'm surprised Isaac is still down there on the now bottom line actually. Matt is slowly pinching him down further and further to the inside of the track. That's going to be wearing out Isaac's tires quite a bit more than Matt's. Matt is able to keep the momentum going and save the tires, so Isaac is probably going to suffer from tire wear not too soon, not too long after this, and soon you will see him fall back to the back. This is only the 2nd race of the season, as he is still trading the lead at Michigan with Matt Houston, but he is in the running for a 2nd straight series title again here.
True story about Isaac. Now, I know recently he hasn't been able to do it because he kind of pulled a hammy doing it, or actually climbing his stairs at home. But he actually runs 5 miles before he runs on iRacing. He's a fitness guru. And which is interesting because I think about yesterday, and he was actually the first person I thought about when I got done and finished 3rd. And I went to stand up, and I'm like, oh, my legs. because it was like right above my kneecaps. I could feel like the sharp pain from me just sitting the way I was, being so focused and tight. I realized afterwards, like, maybe it's a good thing to run that kind of deal before the race. But Joe Harleman is spun on pit road, took the yellow cone. The second cone has been taken out of the evening. Robert Sadler got the first. But Harleman...
Yep, I think he's got suspension damage. I'm not entirely certain on that. I can't really see it from the grandstand camera here.
Yeah, he definitely has no left front wing.
Yep, and Isaac knows how to win around this place. Hold up, nothing.
Oh! Isaac got loose down there on that on the bottom side of turn 4 there. I saw that car try to snap on him a little bit. Surprised he didn't lose much momentum on that.
Yeah, I was just going to point it out. I'm surprised he didn't lose any momentum from that little slide there. But, Gavin is now into P3 as well, so he's going to have a little look on the battle for first place.
Now 5th car outside line. I was going to say the 4th car outside line, but 5th car outside line. Look at the 7th position. A name we haven't said all night, Christian Jasper. Started mid-pack, and here we go, pit stops right at 1:15. The leaders are coming in, and Jasper's coming in really hot. Into the inside wall. That might have helped him at speed.
I think I just had a voice crack and screaming there.
Austin Saar coming to pit road. Now all these guys got to sort it out and get to their pit stall.
Craig going for the lead here on Shane Coogan. And Craig, he had surgery a couple of weeks ago on his feet. He is now driving again with his feet. He had the pins removed.
Oh!
And he's going again as he locks up into the pits, but he slows it down. I believe he got away with that. So yeah, he slowed it down, and I believe looking at the rest of the pit entries being quite a bit of a mess, Craig might be able to get out back on the track in the lead. Now
Jasper is still in his pit stall, so obviously he did get a speeding penalty, it looks like, when this is all over with.
That's unfortunate for him, but it's iRacing rules. Came in really hot into the pits there. I'm surprised he didn't.
Too hot.
I was surprised he didn't lock the tires more than he did there.
Hey, for effort. But Van de Sant has taken the lead back from Shane Coogan, so everybody in the lead has come to pit road. That's going to be the final pit stops likely of this evening, and a lot of cars probably short filled. So you're going to see a little bit more faster speeds probably here out of these cars because it'll be lighter weight as Forsythe joins the pack. So it looks like Chris is coming off pit road, and I wonder if he flips the track here or something. Oh, he gets the grass and it spins him up the track. I see one car pulling down to the bottom here. Looks like it's going to get out of the way. 2 are actually getting out of the way. So that's 2 cars already that Gavin Sanders is going to get by as Van de Sant takes the green. 27 laps to go. And you can see already they pulled a 2.5 second gap because they could not pass these cars until they crossed the line. Now the problem is the way this draft works. Alex might end up getting too far out there. And here comes Musselman to the lead. The 54 to the front.
And if these the top 2 are smart, they're going to try to work together instead of battling too hard. Of course, you got 27 laps to go. I would say you could probably work together for about 20, and then the final 7 laps you could really start fighting for the win.
Right, and they're probably drafting off each other right now.
Yeah. And of course, by doing that, they can pull away from the rest of the pack. So really, they're securing themselves at least a top 2 finish.
Right, here come the Hungry Hounds off of turn 2.
Yeah, they're coming.
IndyCar version of running from the cops.
It really does look mean, though, the cars coming out of turn 2 and turn 4.
And knowing that those 2 cars up ahead there, as you see from Craig Forsythe, are trying to get away.
Yeah, this is very much a police chase, except on the Oval of Michigan.
And they're really not made any ground. It's still a 2.5 second gap.
Yeah, and I did notice that Craig and the car ahead, I believe that was Gavin. Both of these drivers were using the bottom line, to my surprise. Was really going to wear out the tires.
As the 23 car here of Jose Miguel Phillips of Figuera is one of the lap cars right here trying to pass by the 10. And he's trying to get his lap back the hard way as he sits the only car 1 lap down in this race. problem is he's got almost 2.6 seconds to catch these two. And if it stays this way, you're looking at the race for the win right here between Musselman and Van de Sant. Oh, there's Isaac up in third. Never mind. I'm like, where's Isaac? Oh, and there goes the lap car, Miguel. Spinning at turn 2, and that brings the caution out.
Just about didn't manage to keep it out of the wall.
Just kissed it. Jose Miguel Phillips Viguera bringing out the caution again with 20 laps to go. Musselman, Morris, Forsyth, Coogan, and Gavin Sanders going to bring them back to the green. Let's see if Alesio jumps out of the way here as he moves to the bottom. Yeah, this might be one of those things where he lets everybody kind of get the draft going and then jumps out of the way. That would be a unique move to make.
It would be nice.
That's exactly what he did. He's pulling off right here on the back straightaway. He kind of helped everybody draft their way up here as we have 18 laps to go now. This is really going to get going now.
Yeah, Musselman to the inside line there.
Yep, Musselman going to take the lead here as the rest of this pack's going to start to really draft up on these cars. Now, how far separation is a max before you do not feel the draft anymore?
About 1.5 seconds.
So there's 1.5 here too. Okay. As Alex and Musselman playing swap the lead again.
That's really what we've been seeing all day long. The top two cars swapping the lead pretty much at every end of the racetrack. One car would lead into turns 1 and 2, and then the other would lead in turns 3 and 4, and they would swap around again the next lap, as you're seeing Alice go to the inside now. And that's what's been happening all race long, and you're probably going to see that to the end. So really what this is about now is timing the pass right now for the race lead. Do you want to lead in turns 1 and 2 on the final lap, or do you want to lead in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap? And of course, you want to lead turns 3 and 4.
I want to lead coming out of turn 4 on the final lap.
Yes, I think that's when everybody wants to lead.
Oh, trouble! Alex Van de Sant's in the wall. Van de Sant and Forsyth. Watch out, everybody else. And that brings the caution out. Now, I was just about to say Sanders ran the fastest lap of the race, but let's see what happens here. I just looked up, and I'm guessing. Well, I hope there wasn't contact between him and Musselman. Oh, net code. Net code between Alex and Isaac Morris. And Craig Forsyth just checked in on Discord saying on chat saying his feet are okay apparently. All right, gonna come back to the green with 12 laps to go. And AJ Musselman, Isaac Morris, Gavin Sanders, Shane Coogan, Matt Houston. 8 cars on the lead lap.
Yes, and AJ got a good jump from the restart there, so that's going to help him for probably a half a lap until the draft is going to catch the group back up. But it should be a good race for AJ there. He's in prime position to win this one, I believe, right now. 12 laps to go, of course. Really, it is up to him and now Isaac, of course, as well on the inside there. Where they want to position the car. Do you want to lead in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap, or turns 1 and 2 on the final lap?
I think it's got to be 3 and 4, just the way this pack is working. But we'll see what happens here. 11 laps to go. As they say in this kind of racing, if you're on the lead lap, you can win it.
Very true statement.
Right now you got 6 of these cars in the lead pack right now. Dakota DeMay and Austin Sarr are trying to catch the pack. But right now we got 6 of them right here in the run for the lead as they'll come to 10 laps to go. 20 miles in the St. Jude, Michigan 300 from the Irish Hills. And look at Shane Coogan run the high side in the draft.
He's going for it now. The gloves are off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fuel mixture's at 1 now for everybody.
Shane won the last pack race in VOR, by the way, at Auto Club Speedway in Season 2, the final race of the season. We actually had a battle on the final couple of laps together, Shane and I, and I got the worst of that, but Shane did win that race.
That was the race I drafted with you, I believe.
Yeah, that was. And he won that race, so he's the most recent pack race winner in VOR.
Look at this! 3 wide for second, 3 wide for fourth. 3 wide everywhere. And here comes Dakota. He's starting to catch up, and Austin Saar, not so much. He might be still within two. Well, I was going to say he's catching up too, but he's still about 2. He's actually catching up, as a matter of fact. He's 1.9 back now. Those might be the cars to watch because they might get such a good tow that they can just carry the momentum. And look at this, 3 wide for the lead. It's going to look like Indianapolis start here in a second.
Keep an eye out on Dakota, by the way. He's the last car in this actual group of cars. So if there is a wreck, I'm not saying that there will be a wreck, but if there is going to be a wreck, Dakota should be in the best position to take advantage of that. He is the car running in the back of this. As they're again going 3 wide across the start-finish line here, going into turns 1 and 2.
Fantastic racing here. Now, Austin is not going to catch the pack. He's still 2.5 back. I don't know if he lost a nose or something, but he fell off the pack there just a few minutes ago. So it looks like it's going to be a 7-person race for the win of this race. Now, Austin could be just laying back saying, all right, I'm going to let them wreck.
Pick up the pieces, yeah.
More 3 wide across the line that time by somebody led that lap.
It's really hard. It's actually impossible to tell who leads a lap with the timing and scoring from the overlays that we have right here. Yeah.
Oh, there's a block.
Yep, blocking is going to happen right now.
Are they allowed to block in this league?
No, they're not. So
I'm thinking.
If there is a protest, then we'll have to look into that. But so far, let's just filter this as hard and clean racing.
Oh, I'm sure if anyone's going to complain, come on, this is fun stuff right here. 5 laps to go until they wreck. Then it's not fun anymore. They're going to go 4 wide, Matt Houston.
Yep, 4 wide.
They tried. I mean, here you can go about 25 wide if you wanted. But the problem is you got to get back down to about 3 right here.
It seems like they have actually kind of rubbered in the inside line there, if that even makes sense with these Indy cars. You see it a lot in the stock cars, and yet I'm basing this off the dirt race that we did. But you really are seeing these drivers using a lot more of the inside line right there. As you see that and have a little look there as well, on the first proof there.
Austin Saar's got it down to a 2.5 seconds, so he's coming. And they're at the point of no return, I used to call this, back when I broadcasted before Green White Checkers. The point of no return is when you cross the lap, that once a caution comes out, the race is over. So we're at a point of no return now. 4 laps to go, coming to 3 to go. Well, that got close. Easy, boys. Matt Houston, oh, I thought he was going to stick his nose in there. Saar's cleared the lap car back there, so now he is within the sniff of the pack.
Three wide again.
Who is going to win this race?
You will see it after the ad break.
Well done. Well done with the tease. 2 laps to go. In what has been a wild St. Jude 300 at Michigan Speedway, the first of 3 Triple Crown races. All 3 of them 300 miles starting here at the Michigan Speedway. The Brickyard will be next, and then Pocono Raceway later on in the season. Of course, next week they hit the road course at Barber Motorsports Park, so they'll be able to take a break from the headache they're going to have after this race.
Yeah, and I just saw Isaac pull a big block on, I believe that was Matt there. So final
white flag.
Lap.
Here we go. Final lap. That's Coogan down there to the bottom. That's actually Isaac Morris. Coogan leads. They slide up the track. That leaves room for Musselman. He decides to go to the high side. Here comes Sadiq into the picture. He's never won a race here. 3 wide down to turn 3 and 4. They're going to come to the finish. Morris is going to get the lead off turn 4. This race is not over. Morris trying to protect at the line. Isaac Morris wins it.
That was with 6 thousandths of a second.
That race I could call to the finish. Isaac Morris wins it by 6/1000ths of a second. And if you're Nicholas Sadiq, you tell your friends, hey, I lost by 67/1000ths of a second. Oh, great job finishing second. No, I finished fourth. What a finish.
Matt Houston, the big loser in the final lap of the race as well, dropping from, I believe, P2 all the way to P5 there in the end. So, bit of a shame for Matt, but I think he'll happily take these points anyway.
Yeah. Well, let's get Isaac up here. I'm going to let you go your way. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys up here in the booth. We can talk to our top finishers in the race, if they're even here to talk to. Nobody's in here right now but you and I.
Yeah. So I will go then. Thanks everybody for watching the stream, and it's been a pleasure to join you once again in the booth. So thanks for having me, and hopefully I don't have to see you again next week. And that's not to be rude or anything, but I'm hoping to finish the race for once.
I will not take that offense one bit. So hey, good luck. Good luck next week, buddy.